One thing I think about sneakers is that in many ways, they're wearable art. What I mean by that is there are really a group of people at Nike, at Adidas, that are artists. They are designers. They innovate, and they build something which people both can respect. They can store them, but they can also wear them around. And so that's a really powerful thing, to be able to sort of enjoy it in that way and bring it with you anywhere you go. And people will definitely comment if you have cool kicks. I sort of use the knowledge that I got at NYU to create a career in what I love. And ultimately, my career just totally went into sneakers, streetwear, sports memorabilia. Hi, I'm Brahm Wachter. I'm Stern NBA class of 2019, and I love sneakers. When I was in college, my first business was customizing sneakers. Right now, I think behind a lot of the trends that you see in collectibles and sneakers and sports memorabilia is this love of the 90s and the 80s and this deep sense of nostalgia for a different time. And what's really happened is there's a generation of people who grew up, young, watching Michael Jordan and sort of seeing him or Marty McFly right from Back to the Future and idolizing these people. And so a new collectible class was sort of born out of this sense of nostalgia. We've sold single pairs of sneakers for over $2 million. And so it's just a new audience. Just right now at Sotheby's, I think we have over 2,000 jerseys from this NBA season at auction. We actually auctioned Kobe Bryant's jersey from Game 1 of the 2009 NBA Finals, which was his greatest finals performance of his career. And it went for $1.7 million, which was a great number. We were hugely happy with that. We auctioned off Michael Jordan sneakers from Game 5 of the 1996 NBA Finals for $480,000. It taught me how to work with people, the skills that I needed to have to effectively get things done. It taught me a lot of project management skills, how to take something from inception to execution and not miss a beat. And so in that sense, those training grounds were crucial. And I learned about how companies could partner together in ways that they might not think about. And I think I've actually taken that in my career as well. Erica, who's my admissions officer, asked me a lot of questions about sneakers because I had applied with a custom pair of Air Force Ones. And she said, are you interested in sneakers? Is that something you want to do? Like, what makes you interested in that? And I sort of told her about it, my first business. And by the end of that interview, I just said to myself, if NYU takes me, I'm coming to NYU. And so I told her, and she said, are you sure you want to make that deal? I said, yeah. I was like, you take me, I'm coming. And I got in, and within like 15 minutes of getting the acceptance letter, I submitted my deposit, and I was on my way. There were a few classes that I took that I think were really transformative for me. One was, of course, Marciano's strategy class, which to this day, there are things that you learn in that class which you can really take with you and apply practically in your job. I think that, it was a ton of really smart people, but it was also a ton of really warm people. And there's a really big difference there because there was some level of really strong emotional intelligence that permeated throughout the entire class. It's something that I saw over and over again, is everyone was both intelligent, but also emotionally really kind